Hello and welcome to another episode of Content Breaker. I am strangely entertaining, joined by Zog, Kelz, and Static Dreads. Today, we're going to be talking about Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal. Fun stuff.
Forgot that was the communication process, and I was like, what is actually happening?
I love it. I love that the majority of this is no comprehensible words.
Just screaming.
The only comprehensible word was Mira.
That's the
The
only
entire
word we
time.
need.
The only word. And the focus of the season, more or less, depending on who you ask, I guess. What a wild ride, just from beginning to end, especially that end. I don't know, but let's go ahead. We'll talk about where we left off, right? So,
Yeah.
we end season 1 yelling at this boat who just took Mira, right? These guys, they came, they took Mira away from our group, tearing our new family apart. Spear and Fang have to figure out how are we going to get there. They make a makeshift raft.
It's a
And
boat.
It's a boat. And that's kind of how we start off the season, is them drifting at sea,
Drifting
which is a miserable time. The entire-
I mean, you got a T-Rex, man. How miserable is it when you have like a whole ass T-Rex with?
Bruh.
Extremely when you have to feed it and there's no food.
There's fish.
Somewhere in that vast ocean. Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Either way. Pretty
It was a bad
pretty
time.
pretty not great.
Yeah.
Which I find this interesting because we spend most of season 1 setting up and telling like just an aimless adventure. And we close season 1 by revealing that there are other humans, right? And that kind of sets us where we are in time in relationship to evolution, which I don't think I can try to make sense of the fact that there's dinosaurs and people at the same time.
It's not accurate, but it's fine. There's also
Yeah, well,
like
I was about to
Vikings
say-
the same time as Homo sapiens, so
Yeah.
But Neanderthals,
definitely
yeah.
not accurate.
Wait, you mean
Neanderthals at the
Neanderthals?
same time as
I was about to
Homo
say.
sapiens.
Homo
Oh, yeah,
sapiens.
Less-
It's fine.
And I am very tired, so I might be remembering this wrong. But were there British people at one point?
Yes. That
Oh, you
was
remember that.
one of the weird side adventures we went on this season. Episode
Okay.
4, the Primal Theory. It was
That was so weird. Yeah,
was
that was-
interesting, but I didn't know what kind of story it was trying to tell. I mean,
Waste of time.
like, I'm like, wait, so you had this whole episode planned for a punchline? I guess, like, it was kind of like a big joke episode, but I was like, this ties nothing back to the original event. I don't know what the point of it was. It didn't make any sense.
Symbiotic Titan.
Bro, you beat me by the fact of me opening my mouth. Is Genndy trying to like push Symbiotic Titan again?
If only.
I hope,
if he
man.
was, I don't really know how that works, but
I don't think he. I was just being.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
cautious.
Man, so I watched the first 2 episodes out of order, right? So I come back to the season and I see them like wash up on a random island. And I'm like, okay, we just start the season this way. Okay, we're going to make it connect tangentially, but we're going to like new mystery right off the bat. Then I realized
They were gonna arrow this shit.
there was a story before this that they
Yeah.
strive. Yeah, it's a whole deal. But either way, they're going on an
Actual
adventure.
serialized storytelling.
Yep. Weeks. Chronological order is important. Yeah. But
Found you.
when he finally does find her, and we go into the Red Mist episode, holy shit!
Lordy.
That was That was definitely. I feel like this season overall was, I guess, a little sadder. I mean, just sad in like the terms of like, hey, look, here's this mother and child, and they're going to try to defend their property. Air quote. By the way, slavery's bad, everybody. I didn't know if you knew that, but it's
I never
miserable.
knew that.
Yeah, I just wanted
Thanks.
to let you know.
Thanks.
Thank you for letting me know that slavery is
I want
bad.
to let you know that if you do currently have slaves, which a giant dinosaur and Neanderthal are gonna come murder your whole family, so that's cool.
Don't
Defending
get on
themselves,
boats.
of course.
That's the moral of the story. Don't get on the fucking boat.
Don't play near the ocean. That is the main theme I took away from this entire season, was just don't go near the ocean at all, because you will have either a giant country boat or something come by and destroy everything you love, or you're just gonna get kidnapped. Whichever way. It's just
I like
This
had
is-
some Prince of Egypt vibes there. They were like getting everybody off the boat. I was like, well, how does that song go? Where are the frogs? I was ready. The plagues,
yeah.
Prince of Egypt.
I don't know the words, but yeah, that one.
Let my people. Wait, no, I think that's the
See, we don't know the
African American chant
No,
or
that's-
something. I don't know.
Let my people go is just what he's yelled at Ramses.
Yeah, okay. We shall not. I don't know. Put Prince of Egypt on the podcast for next list, because now I just really want to watch it. Prince of Egypt and Adventure Time are next.
DreamWorks December. Yeah.
Yes, DreamWorks didn't do it in December, doing it in January. Like it.
No.
We'll do DreamWorks December in 12 months.
Oh, far away.
You know the vibe I got from this, actually, when we were
What?
like
The
hopping around
slavery
to
is
all the
bad?
different. Hold on, we're hopping around to all the different civilizations and everything. I was like, are we? Is Gindi? Did he animate like someone's civilization playthrough? Is this what's happening here?
For
the
some
game
reason,
did Maya's
No, he was just
civilization?
doing more Samurai Jack stuff.
Because I'm like, you got Egyptians living at the same time, but they're on a boat. Vikings,
Also on a boat.
Yeah. What are the Scots? What are they? There's a name for them.
Boat people.
The Celtic.
Celtic. Thank you. You got
that-
the Celtics.
I think that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I think
that,
it is.
Celtic is Irish, yes?
Mm,
It's Scottish, Irish.
General region
General
shit
region.
that is
I think you're
not-
also thinking of like Germanic tribes.
maybe.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I'm not a history major. I couldn't tell you what the actual accuracy of this all is, but I was just like, this is someone's civilization playthrough, isn't it? Because we got
Yeah,
all
man.
these different cultures coming in here.
Afro-Eurasia
Boom.
is over there.
Babylon shows up at one point. I'm like, I know Babylon did not exist at the same time. All these other things.
yeah, neither did dinosaurs
Dude.
and human beings and bears.
Dude, you did Samurai Jack where you threw
I
all
know.
this shit together and said it's the future.
Which, hey, you
You
know
think
what?
he cares?
I'm good with that being the future, right?
Oh, maybe. Hey,
Being
actually,
historical
did you know?
fiction. No.
Oh,
Tell
I was
me.
gonna say maybe this is actually the Primal is the prequel to Samurai Jack.
No, that's Powerpuff Girls.
This is also the future? Don't fuck with me, man.
This is
God damn.
Powerpuff Girls.
You know, okay, hold on. Episode 4, I thought when they were talking about like, oh, the primal theory, how like we're gonna revert back. I was like, wait, is this like humanity circling back kind of thing? Like it's so far in the future, and it just like redoes everything.
It's
you know, like that
Planet-
one Futurama episode where they go forward in time too much, and
It's Planet of the Apes.
Oh my god.
They're gonna blow it up.
Now you have this suddenly exciting for me. Because if it's just the future, okay, whatever. But if it's the future that man fucked up on his own, now we're talking. This is some Jurassic Park shit like 4 million years later.
Yeah. It's the future timeline after Jack won.
Some. What is
It
what
all
is this?
still got fucked up.
This feels like something specific. Oh, this feels like JoJo's part 6.
JoJo's Part 5.
Yeah, we're
This
not
is the
gonna
prequel.
go there. We're not gonna go there. All
Or-
right, yeah. We just
Gangs.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. But so a lot of I really appreciate Genndy Tartakovsky as he continues, along with a crew of great writers and directors, continues to have such incredible storytelling in a significantly non-verbal manner.
Yeah, no, that part was still really good.
And at least for the 3 episodes I watched, I appreciate the pacing. The pacing of the action very specifically, right? We have a lot of downtime where we get to just look at our characters because that's the only way we can understand what's going on in their mind. And the downtime when they're experiencing the world and learning new things and dealing with emotions is not boring. Usually.
Yeah.
But when we get to the action, like when we build up to the first major ridiculous fight scene in this season with the red mist, we don't really know where this is going and how it's gonna go, and it's so violent and it's so long. You just don't know which arrow, which sword swing, which wife with a kid attached right in front of the shield ring is gonna be the thing that kills our crew, right? You don't know what's gonna happen, and that's the exciting part. Is because the action is so tense.
It was a tense moment, and they like Genndy we kind of, especially the episode Red Mist, right? We get to spend just like an ever so minuscule amount of time with this family, kind of like seeing the flashback real quick and being like, look, this is a family. They're like normal people. I mean, besides the one thing, they're pretty all right, pretty chill. They're just kind of watching over their home, that kind of thing. But then like, ooh, Spear and Fang, they're just a different breed trying to defend themselves, trying to save Mira and get all the other slaves out of there. But it's definitely like if somebody were it's a good example of like gray. Like they're just trying to live. They're just trying to defend themselves. They have a way of life.
So, yes.
You mean morally gray?
Morally
Yeah, I was
gray.
like,
Yes.
color.
Red mist.
No, everything is red. Very
yeah.
red.
Taylor.
Red
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, to your point, it's morally gray. Like, yes, as we pointed out earlier, slavery is wrong, right? Don't vote for that.
Don't, please.
But also, a dinosaur and a caveman roll into your town while you're asleep and start murdering people. And you wake up to find that happening outside your front flap. Yeah. And then you wind up dying.
So
Yeah.
this really reminded me of the episode in Vinland Saga. I don't know how many of you all or any of you have watched Vinland Saga.
I watched a little bit.
I'm currently watching my way through it.
Okay, but there's an episode where Thorfinn's in a village, and he's the villagers help him out, and then things happen, and like basically you're like, wow, this is so messed up, like, and you're like, can you blame the Vikings for being Vikings? Like, and it's one of those things where Thorfinn has to be like, yo, this is definitely not what I wanted. Like, I don't want to be about this life. This is not what Papa Tor's wanted for me. But, still continues. But anyway, it was interesting seeing that flipped. Like, this time the Vikings were the one that got the work to it. I was like, because Vikings are pillagers. They are, other things that I'm not going to say in this podcast, but they do that stuff a lot. So it was like thinking about that from like an altruistic point where I'm like, yeah, this is happening to these people. And it's sad, but it's also like, my Naruto Shippuden pain vibe, the cycle. Took something happened, so not necessarily like. I mean, I guess I felt bad, but I was like,
Well,
Primal. though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I don't necessarily feel bad, but it's not like a justified. Well, it's the fun of art. It's challenging, right? It's challenging to put these emotions into
Supposed
words.
to make you think about it.
I understand that it's not good, right? Even though Spear is protecting himself and just trying to live and achieve his goal of freeing Mira, and that comes at having to free the other slaves, which is an objectively good thing. Murdering an entire town is not exactly morally right. You
It's
know,
not kosher.
Yeah.
yeah.
You kind of can't fix slavery with genocide.
Can't you?
No, because the rest of this show is them coming after him, right?
So Aaron Yeager was wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes. Been saying that from season 1, though, but I digress.
So what happens in the subsequent episodes is that, oh, well, guess what? When Fang was hanging out with the dinosaur boy, the other T-Rex,
Bro, we had a Lion King moment.
she got pregnant. So
Why
She
did
starts-
she say that like
because-
that? She got pregnant.
She got
Pregnant.
pregger. She got that
Yeah,
preggers.
got
babies.
knocked up.
Yo, no wonder she was so sad when that man died.
She killed him.
Because she had to.
Did she?
I mean, he came after the real daddy.
Oh God! Stop.
Hey, who else was going to stick around and take care of those kids?
Listen.
Anyway, continue with what you were saying, Strange.
So, yes. So, like, Fang's like, oh, I got to make a nest. And so, like, Mira and Spear are like, well, great. Now that she's made a nest, you know, after this river. Oh, after we got chased by the homicidal Viking man and his son, who kind of just show up, were like, oh, my family's dead. And they had that whole thing. It's like, oh, we're going to get revenge. We go after them. It's like, oh, no. And I'm like, how are these two Vikings going to fight a dinosaur and a caveman? And then this...
Same way they fight everybody else.
It's like, how do you...
One,
How are you
one,
just gonna be like, yeah, let's kill this
Look.
dinosaur? It's like, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
What you mean?
So you group up and you hit it till it dies.
So yeah, no, we do that whole thing, and then they get like separated, and the Vikings, the father and son, are like, hey, there's some giant birds. We could like use those to get our revenge. Like, okay,
Let's How to Train Your Dragon this shit.
pretty much.
the eagle saved the day.
Which I think they
Why
would
didn't they
have.
just take the eagle?
Kind of a spoiler alert. I think they would have fared better if they had not gotten the birds in the first place. But you know, well,
So that's why they didn't take the eagles.
It was about the journey. Yeah, I
And then-
mean,
yeah, it was a whole thing, and revenge makes you do crazy things. And then actually a pretty awesome action sequence happens like in the air. But then someone ends up a pancake, so that's great.
You like them.
Squish.
Hope you like pancakes. That'll happen at least one more time in this
Was-
season.
was she a
Steak
pancake
gifts.
or was she bodily morphed?
I mean,
She wasn't flour, eggs, and oil, my guy, but like,
She was solid. Just add water and stir.
don't know.
yeah, she was Bisquick.
Son falls off, dies, and then the father's
Son
like,
go
oh,
for
I
it?
just can't go on anymore. So he like drowns. But then Satan shows up.
I was like, he
What's
becomes
a-
Satan,
What's
Satan!
Satan? Oh,
the
Satan.
fire demon.
The actual Lord Satan himself shows up. It's like, wait, why? What is
Mr.
this?
Satan.
Mr. Satan. Hey, everybody, Mr. Satan. I'm here. I say I defeated Cell. That's me.
Doug
What-
Dillon.
Whatever you
No.
say, champ.
Don't get my hopes up.
Yeah, right.
No,
Yeah,
it
so
was
yeah.
so it was so weird though, because like, okay, it's like, oh, little angels, they're gonna take him to Valhalla. That's cool. Oh no, wait, the Christianity Satan shows up, and it's like,
man.
wait a minute, what religion are we going off of here? I
Hey,
don't
man.
understand. I didn't know in Primal, right? In Primal, There'd be religious figures showing up.
Have you met Gendy?
I mean, they had British people in an episode with
I don't
cameras
understand that
and
one
cavemen.
either. It
so,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So
you
weird.
should have thrown logic at the fucking window and just ran
Okay.
with it.
If we rewind to episode 4, the only thing I got out of that was Gendy wanted to tell everybody, yes, you too can become a Neanderthal caveman if you are faced with a life or death situation. No matter how much of a learned man you are, no matter how many degrees you have, you will turn into a caveman if you are going to die. So,
As you should.
When push comes to shove, you will devolve for survival.
you,
Yo. Tired of being a fucking champion level all this time.
Super Saiyan 4, bruh. Super Saiyan 4. That's
Shit,
what
take me
happens.
back to in training. Come on. Do I have to do it the hard way? Do I have to like go through primary village?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that means to die in Digimon terms. Anyways, oh my god!
If you can't digivolve, then yes, you will have to go to primary village.
Here's the question
Okay.
about the ending.
oh, we're just skipping straight. All right.
No. We aren't skipping
Oh.
there. But let's say perhaps Spear croaks. Let's say that's the direction the ending takes, right? If we devolve, just like Digimon, can we go find Spear's in training format primary village? Is this all just a simulation?
And I watched the anime
That'd be
today
here for
earlier where it all turned out to be a simulation, and I'm super mad at
sort of.
bringing that back. No, it's a current anime where it's just like, if y'all are current on the season, you'll figure out which one it is. But it's just like, one of the anime you're watching are a simulation. So that's wild. I was like,
Is it
oh,
the soccer one everybody likes?
no. But
Oh.
the mangaka of the soccer one did design the uniforms for Japan. They beat Germany for the first time ever.
That's funny.
An anime nerd gear. Shout out to that. But no, we had the only Digivolutions we had were from the Village Chieftain, where he went to Fire Entity to his champion form Fire Snake.
He,
Or his
he turned
ultimate
into
form.
He
Miramon.
turned into Surtur.
Yes. And he still got clapped by in training.
Yeah, that was.
And character syndrome, bro. Character syndrome.
Gosh, what a
Say it.
wild ride. It was just. If we're gonna talk about the ending, I mean, it was. I didn't really. The pacing was fine throughout the entire series up until like the last 30 minutes.
That's because we had the stupid episode 4 with like the British people and everything.
I could see that.
That's
I-
because we
That's
also,
the whole reason. You mean the episode had no relevance to anything?
It really didn't. I didn't
mean-
understand that.
I mean, we also invested a significant amount of time to show Dinosaur Cloaca.
Yeah,
This
that
is
was
also
unnecessary.
true. That was. I was like,
That was
huh. All right, we're gonna watch this entire process. Cool.
There's a reason it's TVMA.
I was like, bro.
They said go all out, and he was like, "You sure?"
I was like, between this and the
Do you know
Chainsaw
what you're
Man
asking?
vomit I saw yesterday, I was like, I'm gonna just stop watching things. Just, I'm gonna just read things with words, no pictures.
Just take a break.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say I'm gonna
think-
read something not gruesome like the Bible, and I was like, hold up.
I was about to say that's the wrong book to read. Then.
Fire Demon? Fire Demon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. Home dude comes back. He wants revenge. Makes a deal with Satan.
Fire
and then
Demon.
comes back.
Fire
Satan.
Demon. Unnamed ominous figure.
We
Fire
Vlad,
Giant.
Vladir or whatever his name. Vlader. That was his name. He screamed it. I don't know. That's why I called him anyways.
Darth
He was like-
Vader?
He was like, Vlader. I'm like, yeah, you go, man.
What does that mean?
You shoot fire. All right. But no,
Fire Giant.
Oh, Vidar
Vidar. That's it.
is the name for the Norse god of vengeance.
There you go.
Yes.
That's what it was then.
Not Satan. Get out of here.
Vengeance.
I
Yeah,
thought he was just talking about vengeance. But
Vengeance.
no, his name's
Yeah.
Vidar. You know, like the colossal. You know, there's more mythologies and
Yeah.
Norse stuff than the Christianic one. You know, we've got
I know-
a bunch
I
of
know.
fire people. Well, we got Surtur. Wait, Surtur
not
is
Ra.
not.
I'm surprised you didn't even say Ra at the beginning.
Because
No, he's
Ra
sun.
is a good god of the sun, not a devil, sir. Do not come for my culture.
I'm not even comparing it to. Anyways,
Cut your ankle.
I'm not coming for anyone's culture.
I'll cut your
it's
ankles
kind of
off and give them to you
I
for Christmas.
appreciate cultures.
Speaking of appreciate cultures, let's get back to dinosaur cloaca.
Oh no! Stop. Listen, man. I was also there were some eggs that were being prepared in the kitchen for the holidays, and I was like, I'm just not gonna eat anything. Yeah.
So she definitely has at least two kids,
Well.
right?
She laid 3 eggs.
We see that.
Yep. So,
What happened to the third egg, man?
well,
make it.
when the next arc of
Well,
our,
I got
our-
hungry.
Yeah, no, when the next arc of our story begins, we're having a nice time, sailing on the ocean, going back home, and then a giant colossus of a boat shows up. Whee! It's like an Egyptian themed boat, which I'm like,
Bro.
what? All right, okay. And yeah, a whole kerfuffle happens. One of the eggs kind of bounces out the nest, and yeah, no more egg.
Damn.
It's all over the boat now.
What were we gonna do with 3 dinosaurs? Well, that would have been 4. That'd have been too much. Then what would the third one have looked like?
We don't know. We'll never
Yeah.
know.
It would have looked like Spear, but we couldn't have that.
Yeah, so anyway, but then we get into the story of Ima is how I
Her
would
name,
pronounce it.
I don't know.
Yes, the warlord. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Ima, who is this whole bag of bricks, right? Doesn't she have an egg
Bag
too?
of bricks.
No,
Yeah.
she takes the eggs.
Yeah, she
from-
takes the eggs.
and she uses them as leverage for
Yeah.
Spear and Fang, and uses them as mercenaries, basically, to literally murder entire nations.
Yes, because this is what she does. She did this
They
with
made
our
them
boy
Fire
Kamu.
Nation.
Yeah, so she's like a whole bundle of bricks. Because she's just extorting people.
What
Sure,
the fuck
that's
does
a
that
thing.
mean? Like,
I don't know.
I'm trying not to curse
I'm
as much. She's a bitch, okay? Just
well, there are
Okay,
more words that
okay.
describe that.
Yes,
aren't-
but I'm also pretty sure the fandom named her Queen Bitch anyway.
oh,
So fuck it.
okay.
That
So
makes sense. Yeah.
we're over here with this
Like-
trash who's
Okay.
just out here living her worst life, who is becoming she's got all these people that she has by base. It's like always kids too. I realize because it's like
Yep.
Bang's kids. It's Kamu's daughter. I'm pretty sure she was the one that murdered Mira's family. Like I think she had a kid before, or maybe she just had a spouse before.
No, that was the. I think she was betrothed, and then he got taken he got killed by the Vikings, and she got taken.
Yeah, yeah. She got taken by Ima though. Right?
No. This whole Colossus boat is completely separate from the Vikings. We're only there because the Vikings incited it all.
Yeah. There was a lot that
Yeah.
happened in 2 times
Yeah.
speed, to be honest with you. But anyway, I still finished it. So yeah, she's out here and she has Kamu. Well, Spear and Fang, being our protagonists, are like, yo, we gonna figure it out, and they get the eggs back through hijinks, and they're like, yo, we out of here. We got stuff to do. So Kamu, goes after them, who was part of this giant race, which is like super sad. Like probably my favorite character from 2 was Kamu, cause like his
Yeah.
backstory, his like gentle nature. He was like becoming killer and a mercenary, because of this bitch Ima or Ama, whichever we're gonna call her, and go through this little story arc, and we see that basically Fang and Spear have to fight Kamu, but through the process, they said, let's try something that we haven't done before, like not killing. Let's just see how that works, because yeah. So
No, but then,
Egyptian. Go ahead.
oh, then the queen and the empress warlord, whatever, is like, no, you need to murder everybody. It's just like, come on.
Yeah.
I have some trivia.
Oh,
Yes.
Because I've read the wiki. So Kamu's name means quiet warrior, and it's from the Kikuyu language native to Kenya. It might suggest that he was originally from that region in Africa before being enslaved, or had some ancestry originating there. Of course, because Egypt is connected to the continent of Africa. That makes sense. Makes more sense than Vikings. I mean, frankly, you know. Anyways.
Yeah.
the only thing I could maybe think of was like, I don't know why I'm trying to make sense of this, but this is just who I am. We like Spear and Fang were technically in like North America, but North America and everything was probably closer because Primal, Pangea, like more Pangea-y, or closer at least, starting to drift apart, and that's why like it didn't take them like 3 whole months to get across. Maybe it did. Who knows? There was an undisclosed amount of time, and they ended up in like the Great Britain-ish area over there, and then worked their way down.
That's a lot of working your way down.
Yeah,
But that's
well, like
neither
I
here
said,
nor there. Yeah. It's a
Monkey.
simulation.
It's all a simulation. Why do you think we go to modern England, or not modern, but 1600s, whatever England, in like one episode?
That happened way before we got here, though. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was just a little confusing. But yeah, no, and then this whole adventure of going to Babylon and going to different other civilizations and committing genocide.
And we went to China, yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird
Went,
side trip to China.
just went and wiped out China. And I was like, Egypt wasn't really rocking like this. I was so mad. I was like, man, if it was, that would have been horrible. But like, I guess kind of Cleopatra and that stuff.
I guess when you have 3 living murder machines at your disposal,
3?
Fang, Spear, and the big guy.
Kamu? Okay. Now, remember his name, please. Kamu.
We just had a whole trivia bit on it. Damn.
Yeah, I'm just like,
My short-term memory isn't the best, okay?
Read. It's in the wiki. Anyway.
Hey,
So, yeah, when you have the destructive force of vengeance that is our squad, yeah.
but I'm just like, why did anybody just go get their own dinosaur? Or go recruit other giants? There was a whole tribe of both of them. Like, the only thing that they had that they couldn't replace was Spear. Which, like, I mean, like 5 good soldiers probably equal one.
I mean,
Maybe
you
10.
say that, but we saw him wipe out a village.
I mean, yeah. Like,
How many times did he and Fang get shot in the red mist, and that didn't really matter?
a lot. I mean, I don't know. They were on some, like, main character drug or something. Because, like, the amount of, like, arrows or spears that Kamo took to the chest, I'm like, okay, I get that you're a giant, but those are deep enough to penetrate your heart. I'm going to need some science on this. Like, so.
Kamo just didn't care. He literally just walked, and he's like, doesn't even matter to me. Punch, punch, punch.
I
Everything.
mean, it was for his daughter. Doing it for his daughter.
Yeah.
Shout out to daughter. It was interesting seeing who everybody was like fighting for. I feel like this season was like the first season was fighting to survive, and then this season was like fighting for like. I mean, I guess you could say love.
A
or
girl worth
just-
fighting for, man. That's what we're doing this season.
Well,
Oh
anyway,
yeah, that
so
song doesn't get made because China gets wiped out. This one.
it's okay. Tencent will bring them back. They'll fund it. So, but yeah, so it's like the first season was kind of about fighting to survival and all that. And we get into this season, it's like fighting for others. And I feel like I really like the progression of that. And I was like, okay, Gendy, I see you. Go from being like, quote unquote savages to being fighting for someone else. And then the ending, as weird as it was, not even weird, as disturbing as it was, full disclosure, our boy Spear is burnt alive, and it's presumed that he's dead.
He gets Freddy Kruegered.
He's
Yeah.
currently dying in the process. It's
Apparently he's dead when she mates with.
I mean,
I-
I guess
The wiki says, realizing Spear does not have much time left and wanting to carry on his legacy, Mira climbs on top of him and the two copulate. Spear
Okay,
dies soon after. But I mean, the difference between alive and really crispy
Well,
and
at
dead and
least
really crispy is literally just the ability to go and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he got to feel some release before he died.
Yeah.
honestly, I'm surprised it worked with how burnt up he was. Like,
I mean, with that logic, yeah, it's like you very rarely get pregnant on the first time, but who knows how powerful his sperm was.
I'd say, and this is primal-ish times, But if we suspend
power
our
of fiction.
disbelief and everything,
Fertility magic, man. You just believe hard enough in science in this fucking
I mean, realistically, it can happen, and power of fucking fiction. It was just going to happen. It is what it is.
How else would we show you a half dinosaur, half Neanderthal, half human child?
Here's the thing: you just don't. And like, we're okay with that.
You're no fun.
I'm practical.
Gendy has to
Yeah,
set
no,
up.
you're not.
Gendy has to set up for a season 3 that we'll never see.
We're never gonna see it, probably. Like, we're never gonna.
Imagine a spin-off of Primal. Okay, riddle me this. Would you rather see a spin-off of Primal or see a spin-off of Naruto?
I'd rather see a good spin-off of Naruto. I would rather see. Okay, I would rather in a perfect world, because I feel like Primal ended at a really good spot. I feel like Naruto would have ended at a good spot if we didn't bring fucking space aliens into the shit, just so we could have product sales. But anyway, you know what? Everybody dies. Infinite Tsukuyomi happened. They're all in a cocoon. They're gonna wake up one day.
Our
That's
experience
truth.
with Primal is because we're in the Infinite Tsukuyomi, which is a
I'm okay with it.
simulation. Yeah.
Great, my back being carried
We're
over
all
simulation.
whatever that plot of Eternals were. We're all like machines, whatever.
Where Marvel just pretends it didn't happen.
Yep. But yeah, no. So I feel like Primal. I don't think we're getting to season 3. I mean, it felt pretty definite ending. Like seeing the daughter, I was like, as weird as it was for that to happen, I was like, oh yay. And she was like writing things unnamed children, and she got the cool looking one, not the like birth defect looking. I was like,
Damn.
even though the birth defect one was still there. Like, how long? What's the lifespan of a T-Rex, man? Like, that's what I gotta know. It's like, he looked at least 10.
Fang's still around too, so
Yeah, that's all I was wondering about because of Fang. I'm like, what is the lifespan of this? Because Fang has gone through like
2.
childbirth
at
twice.
least.
So
Thank God we didn't see the first dinosaur cloaca scene.
I hate that you know that word. Once
I think
What?
I think I saw something saying Gendy wanted season 3 to be more like an anthology.
I did hear that.
Which-
That like,
That'd be cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Be
still
very-
gotta watch.
Very like episodic, one-off adventure kind of things.
We were joking about Samurai Jack prequel. But what if?
But what if?
Why don't you all understand that the prequel is Powerpuff Girls? Like, I don't know.
That's not to
how
say
it could
we
be
can't-
any more
don't you-
clear.
We
Why don't
can't.
you fucking drop it?
Well, that's not to say
No.
we can't have a prequel, right? Like we could go back before.
That's Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, but how'd the professor get his PhD?
Dexter made it.
I'm not talking chronologically in the production run. I'm talking chronologically story-wise. We just
that's
go
Ren and
back
Stimpy.
before. All right.
I'm too
No.
serious for this
Okay.
shit.
Jesus,
we'll go back.
Jesus. No,
Go
no,
ahead.
No,
so
no.
it would be cool. No, it would be cool to have a
Would
Samurai
it-
Jack
would it?
prequel.
I don't think so.
It would.
I don't think
It
so.
would.
I think,
It would.
I think it needs. I think Guinea needs to keep doing original shit.
Maybe a prequel for like how the future ended up the way it was. But I got Jack's story. I don't need any more of like.
Yeah, I think the way
That's-
that would fit well for me is if it fit into like an expanded Gendyverse.
I think that it would be really cool if he would just go back and finish Symbiotic Titan, and then work on all originals. That's the only thing I need. I need Symbiotic Titan
Hey.
finished.
Hey, Discovery, get on that shit. You took away my Young Justice for this shit. You might as well give me something I want.
Yeah, Young Justice didn't even end, did it? Stop.
They got a season 4 just for Discovery, the Discovery Warner Brothers merger to be like, we need to save like $3 billion worth of stuff, so just cut most of our animation budgets.
On that
Yeah.
note, where the fuck is Teen Titans?
I don't even know,
Kind of gave
man.
up hope on that one.
I don't
honestly.
even know because
Yeah.
I
like
have more hope on Symbiotic Titan than I have for Teen Titans to come back.
Yeah.
Devil the part timer came back
fucking
and it was ass.
Discovery.
So maybe we just
Actually-
don't need anything back.
Actually, the scope
Yeah,
of hope
no,
for me
none
of
of
things
that.
coming back is Symbiotic Titan, probably most likely Teen Titans, and then the very last thing that I think will never come back is Noragami Season 3.
I was
You
gonna
take
say
that back. You take it back. Don't speak that into the universe, man. You.
I don't want it, but I don't have any more hope anymore. It's gone.
Listen, it's only been 8 years, I think.
Yeah,
We're-
I
We're
got-
on track to be like Bleach, man. Come on, give it
Yeah.
2 more.
We got Bleach back after like 10, 12 years.
What I don't understand is like the Noragami fan base is huge. Like everybody loves Noragami. Like how has it not happened? Like
All the other projects.
I don't even know what studio did it. I think Madhouse. Madhouse ain't doing nothing. Go give me
So rude.
Noragami season 3 and No Game No Life season 2. That's all I want from you, Madhouse. Then you can walk into the ocean, or I guess finish Hunter x Hunter.
You
too,
can
but,
ride
like,
off
then-
on dinosaurs
No.
into the sunset.
It was
how-
Bones. It was Bones.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Bones. Okay,
Bones.
Bones is out here doing My Hero and Mob Psycho, so maybe they'll get around to it. Since Mob Psycho.
Oh, now it's okay.
I mean, I was not okay, but like I
It
need them
makes
to
sense
finish
why-
My Hero.
It makes sense why they're a little busy. Yeah.
Yeah,
After Mob Psycho. After Mob Psycho.
yeah. But
Please.
how did y'all feel?
All about it a second ago, but then something I like's there. So yeah.
No, I still want Noragami probably more than. I still want Noragami. Okay, Bishamon is everything to me, and can't even imagine. Anyway, so how did y'all feel? Do y'all think Mira, hope-elated with our boy Spear out of like love, or just like did it like to carry on the legacy, like just platonically?
Why
not both?
I don't know. I didn't really see them as like a thing, like a couple. I don't really know if that was I didn't get that from watching like season 1 and 2. I didn't really get Spear is obviously like air quote in love with Mira, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know.
Well,
I
it's his first like relationship, like interaction with another sapien.
Since his
Yeah,
family
kids.
got murked.
Since his family
Yeah.
got murdered by dinosaurs. Yes. So, yeah, it's his first chance to, like, connect with somebody that he can actually copulate with. And, you know, there's a bit of it. You see a little bit of it, you know, because when he rolls into the slave barn, he's like, Mira. And she's like, fuck yeah, man, it's Spear. And then, like, his reaction is like, Mira. And she's like, we gotta get these motherfuckers out of here. And then he goes to work. So, there, you know, there's a little bit of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not like traditional love as we have it nowadays, but more of like a
What
understanding.
is traditional love?
You do it for the capital you gain and the political points from your relationship.
'Cause
And then
I'm
you
like,
just smash to, like, propagate the family line.
Okay, because I'm
Traditional.
like, I've seen
Well,
neighborhood
then this
cats
sounds
have
a little
more
traditional.
like. I've seen neighborhood cats have less toxic relationships than some of the people I know. Oh,
Because they weren't doing it for love. They were doing it for lust. Perhaps like this.
It was the heat of the moment.
Yeah, I don't think it was lust per se. I mean, at
It's a
that
weird
point,
lust.
Spear didn't exactly look. I don't know. You know,
well, it could have been
he's
Stockholm
burnt, so-
syndrome. Well, not Stockholm. It could have been like
Well-
Savior syndrome.
Well, you know, maybe, but also this, you know, she now has a choice. And she's choosing to spend her time.
I think she loved him,
Yeah.
and he was sad because we saw in the episode where she was in her village that he was like sad that his people were all gone. But I feel like homegirl Mira, like on her name, loved Spear. Like, I can't save you, but I can give you what you wanted. I can continue legacy. So we got girl without a name because I don't know why Mira had a name, but didn't choose to name her child. But whatever.
The name is Spear and Mira's daughter. It's continuing the tradition of just naming you after kind of whatever the fuck's around, right?
But Spira
So-
was right there.
But no. And the
Pharaoh?
only reason we know Spear's name as Spear is because, again, he had to name the bastard something. He never said the name Spear because he couldn't articulate more words than Mira.
Yeah.
And
And his best friend, the dinosaur. Yeah.
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 I mean, overall thoughts, honestly.
I mean, you said it best. Slavery's bad. Slavery's bad. I enjoyed it. You know, I felt like the first season maybe had a little edge. Only because of season 4. I feel like both seasons were, or episode 4. I feel like both seasons were really good. But I feel like episode 4 took this down a notch for me. Felt like pointless. I mean, I guess I get the and the Wookiee with it. But, like, I feel like that episode did take away from the overall pacing in the latter part of season 2. So, if we didn't have episode 4, that would have given us more time to really push out, like, the whole introspectiveness of Spear's, like, loneliness and, like, the whole, like, you know, coming to death. And maybe a more, like, somber death of Spear, Mira's reaction, and the daughter, like, actually having a little growing up montage and all that would have been nice. Instead of
yeah,
20 minutes on that weird shit.
ending definitely felt rushed. I was like, did you not have time for this, or did you thought there was going to be more episodes, so you threw in an extra episode, but then the network said only 10? That's how I felt. I mean, because it
They would have
was-
taken episode 4 if that was the case. Like,
Yeah, because I thought episode 4 was there. Maybe it would set up something. Maybe something would happen. Like, oh, this is why, or like, oh, look, we found this in the. But no, nothing. It
love
it was
in a
for a
hopeless place.
punchline. Haha! It's like, haha! See, my theory is right.
Speaking of squeezing out, I appreciate Gendy's creative freedom with this series. right? It was really a chance for him to stretch the creative tentacles and go in very interesting, artistic, violent directions that his other things did not necessarily have the opportunity to do because of network restraints and because of the target audience he was writing for. And this was a chance to write for a more mature audience and still have incredible cinematic storytelling and just bring an entire world and experience that you have to engage with to appreciate. But it makes it worth it to invest the time in a show like this. And I think this is the highest resolution dinosaur cloaca we got on network television to date. It's making history. I thank you, Gendy Tartakovsky.
Oh goodness.
Zog, opinions?
A well-rested mind and sleep is important before you go into something. I was exhausted when I watched this, and I wasn't sure half the shit we went over actually happened.
Oh, it all happened. It definitely, there was no question that everything we talked about happened. But
So yeah, I might have to go back and watch it over again to get like a full opinion on it.
Show overall.
Because of like how out of it I am.
Yeah.
But overall, this good shit. This good shit. There's some weird things, but I mean, shit. This is weird too.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack is fucking weird and is one of my favorite shows ever. So it's fine with me. I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah.
As long as it fits within the realm of what I've already been presented, I'm fine with that. That's not gonna bother me.
Yeah. Like when we introduced magic in the first season, it was like, okay, I got dinosaurs and Neanderthals, but this is where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You give me magic? Why not gods?
But I mean, even that, it fit within the kind of shamanistic, unexplained,
The
random
druid.
coven thing. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
weird druidic nature magic.
Yeah. So, even though it was kind of out of left field, you know, the weird shit kind of fit. Like Mira.
Forever in our hearts. No, she didn't die.
Yeah.
So
Glad it exists. Looking forward to Gendy and team to do more. More anything.
finish symbiotic Titan.
I
Yes.
second this motion.
Just petition Discovery.
Also, weird note, Mira was very attractive with bald. Attractive bald. Weirded out by the hair. Say it.
Are you sure it's the bald, or you sure it's like not the scorpion tattoo that really did it for you?
It was the baldness.
Okay. Good to know. Good to
Wait,
It was the
question.
dancer fate.
Question.
know.
Sorry. And I was like, wait. How do Vikings know what a scorpion is?
Mind
Are
your
they up
business.
north?
No, well, we see them interacting clearly with Egyptian analogs. So, excuse
I
me.
guess.
First
But I'm
off,
just
that.
like,
Second, the,
hey, I'm
and
the
it-
Viking, and I've been sailing on the seas, and I want to know what my symbol for my village will be. I like that bug right there. Let's make it that one.
one Vikings were all over the place, no matter what. They just sailed, and it didn't matter what region.
I was just like, you know,
For
you'd
Scorpions
think it'd be
exist
like-
in
You would have thought it was
scorpions-
like a bear or like a.
Scorpions exist in France, Monaco, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Santa Monica, Malta, Switzerland, Austria, Cyprus, Greece, Turkey, Russia, Ukraine, and Baltic countries. So yes, they know what
What was
scorpions
the last
are.
one?
Baltic.
Baltic.
As in cold places.
Vikings were in 90% of those places.
All right. Well, okay.
Eventually, yes.
Again, I did not study history, so
We can tell. Neither did. Well, I would say neither
Well,
did Giddy, but seeing his shit, it's
Yeah.
it's
Gendy's somehow accurate and not at all.
yeah.
Just like art, it just says "fuck you." We do what we want,
Yes.
and you're gonna take whatever you want anyway.
And we love Gendy for it. And I look forward to more, just like more here on Content Breaker. You can catch all the other stuff on all the podcasts, talking Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Podcast, or YouTube at Content Breaker, or Twitter, Instagram as well, Content Breaker. Gentlemen, you have stuff too.
Yes. Find me at Static Dreads on Twitter and other places. Where they are, who knows? And you can find Strange at the local laundromat.
yes, clearly.
Oh shit! Are we sending him back there?
I don't want to go
what
back.
a deep cut. Jesus Christ.
Hey, let's rehire our intern as well, Steve,
No.
or whatever his name was.
No.
We are not bringing Jared back.
It's not even his name, but no, we're not doing it. All
It
right.
was Steve.
You
Jeez,
can
this is why I hated you.
Wasn't Steve. No.
Strange, take stuff.
Yeah.
You look for Strangely Entertaining on YouTube and Twitch, where I'll stream on Twitch 9 p.m. Central Time.
What day?
Tuesday.
Tuesdays,
No, you
9
won't.
p.m. CST.
Sometimes.
Why even tell them to look, at this point? And of course, the other product, your typical Shonen Protagonist for all your anime needs. We'll catch you next week for more Content Breaker, which includes something we have planned.
It is definitely a plan. Fuck y'all no fucking rom-com. DComs. God damn.
Oh, we
Why you hating?
We're starting
Because
DCOM
Because
December
I
already.
don't want to watch.
Used to love
yeah,
DComs when we
we're
wure
starting
younger.
with Jump In.
Jump in.
How you
Yeah.
gonna hate on
Push it,
Jump In?
push it to the
To the
limit.
limit.
Is that the right show?
And-
Is that the right show?
Yes, that's
No,
Don't,
exactly.
don't,
good. I
don't
remembered
mess up
it.
my recording.
Alright.
Don't you dare.
Next week on Content.